Welcome back to another episode of the Quick 30 Podcast. Family, it's a very special day today. We're going into week 10 of the NFL, but before I get into that, NBA season's here. World Series just ended, so we kind of have a break mode right now. We only got to focus on the NBA and football. But how are you doing today with, baseball ending, a great World Series, and week 10 in the NFL season?
Baseball ending. Well, the Orioles season's been over, so everything that happened afterwards. Everything that happened afterwards doesn't really matter. But one thing I am glad for is that the Blue Jays beat the Yankees, and they had a magical run.
Hey, the Blue Jays. You know what happened to the Blue Jays though?
They made it further than you. They even did better.
It don't matter that they made it further than us
when they got there too.
It don't matter. It don't matter because they lost in Game 7. They lost to Miguel Rojas and Yamamoto.
They did better than you when they got there, and then when y'all went head to head, they beat you. But it's great. It's a great day.
Y'all on the couch too.
What's that supposed to mean?
Y'all didn't even. No, not even on the couch. You didn't even make the playoffs.
Off year. That's all. We'll be back next year. But it's not about that. This is about this episode, and in this episode, I just want you to know it's a great week of football. That's all I gotta say.
It's a great week of football. Before we get into, we're going to go over our week 10 predictions for y'all. But before we even get into that, Mo, I just want to point something out to you. You were so adamant on Daniel Jones, right? Right. Well, I tell you they play a good football team. You saw what happened against the Steelers? You saw them 3 picks? You saw that forced fumble?
I know the Steelers have a good record, but they're not a good football team. Don't get that twisted. Daniel Jones just had an off game, and we're just going to leave it at that.
I could go deep into that, but I'm not going to get into it with you. I just want to let you know, when you put some pressure on him, he's still Danny Dimes.
Then he's still 7-2? Like, come on. Like,
let's see how that gets him in the playoffs.
That's cool. But you didn't even think he could make it this far. You didn't even think he could do this. You was counting this man out for years.
Truthfully, I didn't.
And you thought I was trolling. I told you. It was y'all, not him. Remember that.
That's a different story. We're not going to get into that. Week 10 predictions.
Yep.
Starting with the first game, the Raiders and the Broncos. Who do you have?
I have the Broncos. Yeah. Gotta go Broncos in this one. Raiders suck.
For me, in my pick, I have to go with the Broncos. The Raiders are absolutely terrible. Don't get that overtime loss with the Jaguars confused. They still suck. The Broncos are just too good right now. I love what they're cooking up with the offense and Sean Payton and Bo Nix. Got to go with the Broncos easily on this one. The second matchup, we have to go with the Falcons and the Colts. Who do you have in that one?
I have my boy Danny Dimes having a bounce-back game versus the Falcons.
My gosh.
Across the pond. Look, I just want you to know the Colts it's going to start off a little slow, and that's okay. But towards the end, the Colts will grab a hold of this game, and they will win that game.
For me, I have to go, I hate to say it, with the Colts because Bijan Robinson, that's my boy, and he has been getting shut down for the past 2 weeks. The Dolphins shut him out, and the last person, the Patriots, they just shut him down. I expected that. So I will have to go with the Colts on this one because I just think that they're the better football team. Atlanta's too up and down for me. Now we have to go with 2 bad teams, the Browns versus the Jets. Who do you have in this one?
I actually have the Browns winning this. I don't know. I just think the Browns are better. The Jets just, he just showed everyone that they're done with the season, as we'll talk about later. But, I got the Browns in this one.
I hate that I'm agreeing with you on everything so far. I have to go with the Browns on this one because, like you just said, the Jets just basically gave up their whole defense. I think they're in a rebuild. The whole world knows they're in a rebuild. So they're probably going to lose out for the rest of the season. You have to go with the Browns.
For sure.
Next, the Saints and the Panthers. Who do you have in this one?
I have the Panthers winning this one. I don't know. They've been on a little hot streak. My brother's trying to tell me that they're nice, but I don't think that they're nice. I just think they're a very competitive bad team. I think that's what they are. And if you don't put them away, they're going to come back and beat you. It's just as simple as that. So I got the. And the Saints suck. They just traded Rashid Shaheed. You know, they just got Chris Olave and Alvin Kamara over there. But Tyler Shaw and Spencer Rattler, it doesn't matter who you put in that quarterback, they both suck.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you on that one. I would to go with the Carolina Panthers because they are a very up and down team. I like their offense, though. I like when Bryce Young is able to get his momentum going. I think that not this year, but maybe next year, a couple years later, they'll be a decent football team. But I have to go with the Panthers because Tyler Shaw and Spencer Rattler are both not good quarterbacks. So, yeah, go with the Panthers on this one. Patriots versus the Bucks. Who do you have in this one? This is a tough one.
It's a tough one, but I'm gonna go with the Pats on this one. I just think that they've been playing some good ball, so I'm gonna stick with it. It's gonna be a great game though. I don't expect it. Even if the Patriots somehow get a decent lead, that fourth quarter is gonna be electric because Baker's gonna bring them back into it. But I do think the Patriots win this one.
I got a tough one, but I have to go with the Patriots on this one because they have too much momentum going. I think they can shut down the Buccaneers' run game, which they have been doing to every single team they've been playing. And if you shut down the run game, I'm interested to see that matchup between Ibuka and Christian Gonzalez. So I have to go with the Patriots on that one. Next, your team, Mo. The Ravens versus the Vikings. I know who you got.
Yeah, come on now. Baltimore. We're not losing. We don't plan to lose for a while. And I know the Vikings just won. They just beat the Lions? Yeah, they just beat the Lions.
Yeah, in a tight one. JJ McCarthy, shout out to him.
So we can't just think this is a rollover game. The Vikings did just pick up a big win against a team that we couldn't even beat. So we got to stay on our P's and Q's and hopefully walk out of there with a W.
Ravens and Vikings. I have the Ravens. I got to support Lamar when he's out on that field. I just think that I'm not going to go deep into detail because I cover the Ravens at my other job. I've seen a lot of improvement, especially from last week. And when Lamar Jackson is on the field, he amplifies the team. So I'll have to go with the Ravens on that one. The Bills versus the Dolphins. Who do you have in that one? That's the obvious one.
The Bills. I just think, they're just the better team,
Yeah, I'll have to go with the Bills on that one. Not too much to say on that. The Dolphins, I think it's a love and hip-hop episode over there. I just have no faith in them. My Giants versus the Bears, that's the next matchup.
You're not going to be happy with this one, Mike.
I know who you're going to choose. Be a hater.
I'm going to choose the Bears. I just think y'all are dealing with way, way, way too many injuries. I just don't see how you overcome them against a team that's coming off putting up 40-something points. I'm sorry. Like, the Bears are hot. Ben Johnson, is a great play caller. And if their offense is clicking, your offense is not clicking when they're like their offense just clicked. So I'm going with the Bears.
I'm going to ride with my Giants. I always got to support my team. It'll be tough, but I will never root against my team. Next, the Jags versus the Texans. I have to go with... Oh, I'm sorry. Who's your pick?
I got the Jags. Jags getting it done.
I got the Jags in this one, too. I think, though, people have been sleeping on the Jags. They're 5-3, but with the Jags, the only deficiency I think they have is that Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker have to show up, man. They haven't showed up this season, but this is the game for them to show up because C.J. Stroud is hurt. I doubt he plays on Sunday, and the Texans' offensive line is absolutely egregious. So this is the game they have to show out. The Cardinals versus the Seahawks. Who do you have in that one?
Seahawks. I don't think twice. Actually, no. With the way Jacoby Brissett has been playing,
he balled out on Monday Night Football,
but
that was against the Cowboys.
I still got the Seahawks winning.
I got the Seahawks in this one because it is a division rivalry. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than what people anticipate. So I will have to go with the Seahawks because they're so good defensively. They're so good offensively. And the Cardinals, I just don't have that much faith in Jacoby Brissett. I have to see it on a consistent basis. Next is the Lions versus the Commanders. Who do you have in that one?
Lions.
Yeah, I have the Lions too. The Commanders are all beat up. They don't have their number one receiver. Offense isn't flowing. Defense isn't flowing. It's just an abomination over there. The Rams versus the Niners. Who do you have in this one? This is a tough one.
This is gonna be a tough game, but Sean McVay tends to lose a lot of games to Kyle Shanahan, so I'm going San Francisco on this one.
That's a good point, but I have to finally disagree with you. I will have to go with the Rams on this one because I just think they are gonna have a little animosity from the last time they played because, of course, they got beaten in overtime by the 49ers. I don't think that Kendrick Bourne goes for 142 yards again. I think Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams will outplay their secondary, so I have to go with the Rams on this one. The Steelers versus the Chargers. Who do you have in this one?
Battle of two mids. I got Steelers. I got Steelers on this one. I hope the Chargers win because we need to get back in the division, but because the Colts didn't want to do their job. But it's all right. It's all right. I got the Steelers winning. Hopefully the Chargers win, though.
I got the Steelers winning because I liked what I saw on Sunday against the Colts, especially defensively. So I'm going to have to ride with the Steelers on this one. I think defensively, they'll be able to stop the Chargers. The Eagles and the Packers, the last game. Who do you have in this one? This is a tough one.
I don't know. I feel like anytime Philly plays, I expect them to win. So I'm going Philly.
Philly?
Yeah. Philly. Especially with the new additions, if they do play, Philly.
Yeah. I'm going with the Packers because I want to be a wild card, and I think that loss last week for the Packers is going to galvanize them to play a little bit better. I don't think Jordan Love turns the ball over as much in this one, so I have to go with the Packers. Now, we had a crazy trade deadline yesterday in the NFL. Really, really crazy. What team surprised you, Mo, at the trade deadline yesterday?
Well, I want to say the Ravens for not even trading, but out of all the teams that traded yesterday on the deadline, I'm gonna say the Cowboys. I mean, we gotta really talk about Jerry Jones really went out of his way and made a great move that fans can't even criticize him for. Jerry Jones gets a lot of hate. He gets a lot of hate for an owner that only cares about money and doesn't care about the football team. But yesterday, he just proved that when he wants to, he can care about this football team. So I gotta say the Dallas Cowboys because they made some big time moves to improve that god awful defense.
Wait, Bo, I have something for you, though. When you say the Ravens didn't make any trades, do you mean they didn't pick up anybody or they didn't trade it? Because y'all got Draymond Jones.
I expected on the actual trade deadline, the day of. I wanted just another player. I know in the last few weeks we've gotten Gilman and we've gotten Draymond Jones from the Titans. We got him a couple days ago. But I thought we'd make at least a few more. Not a few more. I thought we'd make one more. Possibly get, a better defensive lineman, not just an edge rusher, but a better defensive lineman because all of our D linemen are injured. And, I don't think just trading for Draymond Jones is really just going to solve it. Because we got John Jenkins III and all these other D linemen that nobody's ever heard of. Now, they're solid. They're okay. But if we're
Travis Jones playing a little bit better.
Yeah, but
But I know what you mean, though. Y'all need a supporting cast.
We're just dealing with too many injuries on that part of the ball, man. But I am glad we did trade for Gilman because Gilman has been one of our better players on the defense since he's gotten to the team.
I mean, but the benefit of getting Draymond Jones is that you gave up, a 6th, 7th round pick for him? So you can't really be mad at that. But I see what you're saying in the same token of that you wanted more. Just to not just have an edge rusher, but to have multiple guys on that D-line to get to the quarterback. Because that's something that y'all are devoid of right now.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. This man, he was a rotational, pass rusher.
Yeah.
Now we're expecting him to be, one of our, good ones. Arguably the guy on the team because he had 4.5 sacks in the last 4 games.
Yeah, I think that's why the Ravens got him too because they saw that.
So it's like we're already putting all this pressure on him, and he's going to turn out to be exactly how. I just hope he doesn't turn out to be exactly how Mike Green has so far. Mike Green's been our best rusher, but that's not saying much because we don't get no rush. We barely sack the quarterback. Like, it's just it's terrible. It's terrible.
It's not crazy. So that's the only one that surprised you though, with the Jerry Jones.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Like, Jerry Jones just went out and got some. When's the last time you could think of Amari Cooper? That's really the last time I remember Jerry Jones going out and being like, you know what, we're about to go do something crazy here. Like, I don't know. I just think that surprised me. Like, if they had just signed Logan Wilson, I'd be like, okay, that's solid. But they went out and got Quinnen Williams. Like,
yeah, no, that's a big deal. I've never, like you said, I've never seen Jerry do that in a very long time. Normally, Jerry is all talk because I saw him on Stephen A's podcast about yesterday or 2 days ago, and it was him, Stephen A, and Michael Irvin, and Jerry Jones was saying, we got somebody in this trade deadline that y'all not gonna expect. I thought Jerry was just being Jerry and just talking, but apparently he wasn't, and
he was being serious, bro.
What were you saying?
I said he was being serious, bro. Like, he put his money where his mouth is, for sure.
He did, and I didn't expect. Did you expect that? I didn't expect that.
No, I didn't. I thought they were going to be quiet at the trade deadline again.
Yeah, I did too. But was there any other trades that surprised you?
Oh, I mean, Sauce.
Yeah, that's the biggest one too. That's the two major trades.
I actually woke up because I slept in a little bit, yesterday. Your boy Mo had to sleep in, right? I checked my phone, and I see Sauce is traded. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, Sauce being traded, that was crazy. I honestly thought it'd be a crazier trade deadline once Sauce got traded, but him and Quinnen were really, like, the two, like, biggest, like moves. And it's crazy because they were on the same team. Like, that's just crazy. Like, Sauce... I can't imagine Sauce on literally any other team. Like, he was perfect for, like, the Jets and New York and stuff, but, man, it's crazy.
The thing with Sauce, though, that kind of appalled me was just that, like you said, it just happened out the blue. And Sauce Gardner is the highest paid corner in the NFL. So, and they only traded him for, a couple first-round picks. So, that must mean
the Colts. 2 first and A.D. Mitchell.
Yeah, so the Colts must have had some cap space.
Yeah, and he hasn't even been playing up to that contract.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He hasn't been playing up to it, so it's like you guys are trading a young wide receiver and 2 of your future first-round picks. So you're basically investing in this guy. You're taking on that contract and everything. Like, I don't know. Like, Sauce. I hope Sauce plays better because he's going from 1-7 to 7-2.
Yeah. Or
whatever. So, the Colts ain't playing around this year. They're trying to play some defense. They're trying to do that old-fashioned, have a good running back, solid receivers, and defense wins games. That's how they're trying to win games this year. So, I honestly respect the Colts for going out there and trying to make an aggressive moves. Now it's time for Sauce to, live up his contract.
I mean, but if you think about it, it's a win for the Colts. A lot of people, that's why I have to ask you, was this a win for the Colts or was this a win for the Jets? Because some people are saying the Jets got this win because they got all them first-round picks, but they depleted their whole team. Some people are saying the Cowboys won. Some people are saying the Colts won. Who won in all of this madness?
In all honesty, I think we got to say it's the Colts. I think it is because you got to think about it, right? A.D. Mitchell, he had not gotten much playing time since he fumbled that ball and lost.
No, for real. I thought he was on the trade radar as soon as that happened. As soon as that touchback happened against the Rams.
Since that game, he has not gotten much, so he was basically useless for the team. And then you're giving up your future. That's cool, but you already got Sauce, who's like 25, 26 or something. Like, Sauce is still pretty young. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to bite the first rounder. You're going to do what the Rams did, trade them picks, and then basically you already got Charvarius Ward. You got
He's
Sauce
hurt though
Gardner
right
now. You know what I'm saying? Like, your defense is solid. Now you just need to play some complimentary football, and you can go. I'm not saying they'll win a Super Bowl or anything, and I don't think any trade that was made yesterday is going to send a team to the Super Bowl or not. But I do think that the Colts improved their team. Not the most, because if we're talking about the most, it's really the Cowboys, because the Cowboys got themselves another lineman that plays next to Kenny Clark and Logan Wilson to get rid of Kenneth Murray, who is trash. Kenneth Murray is trash. He's the worst linebacker in the sport of football. But
And they got rid of Magic Smith
better,
too.
but in terms of winning trade deadline, I got the Colts.
Nah, Magic Smith had to go too. That was mandatory. He was garbage.
Man, it's so funny seeing this Kenneth Murray slander on my For You page. Like, everybody hates Kenneth Murray. And you know, it's crazy because when he first came in the league and he was on the Chargers, I used to play Madden. He used to be my user, and now he just sucks. And it's just sad.
No, I mean, but for me, though, what surprised me at the trade was obviously those two. I would have to go with the rest of the people didn't really surprise me. I know you said Rashid Shaheed, he got traded. So
Yep.
I remember that. That didn't really shock me. The Saints, I don't really pay attention to. But the most paramount trades yesterday were Quentin Williams and Sauce Gardner. They both surprised me because the Jets just depleted their team. They basically said, I give up. Defensively, we give up. This is for a rebuild, and we're going to see. Maybe they might trade the like you said, the first-round picks like they did with Matthew Stafford. When the Rams got Matthew Stafford, that might happen, or they might build on in this draft. They may get somebody coming out. They may get a couple. They might get a quarterback. They may get a running back. They may get a couple receivers. We don't know. But in all of this, I feel bad for Garrett Wilson because I know he wants to leave.
Brees Hall wanted out.
Hall wanted out too.
And it was crazy because all the Chiefs had to do was give him a third-round pick, and they would have had Brees Hall. And Chiefs didn't want to give up a third-round pick. Crazy.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
I would have given up that third in a heartbeat. If I was the Chiefs, are you kidding me? Third-round pick for a young running back? Are you serious?
Brees Hall been having a good season too, so yeah, I don't know why they did that, but it surprised me with Quentin Williams because the Cowboys. It's a win for the Cowboys because you give up those people, like you said, you give up Kenneth Murray, Mazzie Smith in the first round, a couple first-round picks. And the Cowboys were devoid of a run game. They were devoid, not a run game, they were devoid in getting to the quarterback. They needed a D lineman. Their secondary is awful. Everything on the Cowboys defense is absolutely horrendous. But the D line, I thought Kenny Clark was going to be able to make a little noise this season. He's been a little quiet. But maybe you adding Quentin Williams, who is a run stopper and who can get to the quarterback, they might be complementary of each other, and it might result in something good for the Cowboys D-line. With Sauce Gardner, that was smart for the Colts because now the Jets have to be in that rebuild phase. Like you said, the Colts basically said, we're betting all of our money on this guy. You know, it'd be crazy, Mo, and I don't wish this to happen. If Sauce Gardner does not perform up to the standard in which the Colts wanted him to, that'd be bad, man. That'd be bad.
Yeah,
that would be bad.
They just sent them their, I think it was like 26 and a 27 first, I think.
Yeah.
So they don't have their first round pick for the next 2 years. So they're really betting money on this guy, and they're betting money on this team. That's what that says. They're betting money on this team to go get something done. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. But I do respect ownership for being aggressive. I respect aggressive owners.
Yeah, that was a very aggressive move. And a lot of people, I've been watching a lot of TV, sports TV and radio since these trades have happened. A lot of people have not mentioned something. I think this is a perfect move for Sauce Gardner, but he definitely has regressed since 2022. He's been getting more penalties. He's been missing more tackles. His completion percentage has been significantly higher. So I think maybe do you think he's regressed, or it's just that the Jets are a piss poor franchise?
I think he's regressed. I think his regress has been showing. I think it was known from his rookie year that he was a very handsy corner, and they just never called it. But now, once they've started calling it, he started to scale it back a little bit, which has impacted his game because his game, he needs to be physical in order for it to work.
Yeah.
But that does draw flags. So I do think he's been regressing. I still think he's a solid corner. I just don't think he's that lockdown guy that he once was. But I do think with him and Charvarius Ward on the same team, I don't know who's going to be CB1. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do think having another corner opposite of him doesn't mean he necessarily has to travel with the number one guy because he can trust somebody over there. So they could just lock down both sides of the field for real.
Yeah, and I always say, I said this to somebody maybe 2 weeks ago, and they got mad at me. Sauce Gardner isn't a top 3 corner anymore. In 2022, we were debating if him or Pat Surtain was the best corner in the league. It's not a comparison anymore at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's, to me, in my eyes, the best corner in the leagues are Pat Surtain, Stingley, Sauce Gardner, maybe 5. Even AJ Terrell's having a good season this year, and Quinyon Mitchell has to be in your 3 because he's been locking up this year too. And Trent McDuffie has to be in that top 5 for you too.
All great names.
Yeah, all great names. They've all been locking up this year. Shout out to them. But with that Colts defense, I'm glad you pointed it out with Charvarius Ward because he's been hurt since week 4. He'll be coming back shortly. But if you have, I like the way their defensive coordinator is aggressive. The Colts defensive coordinator is so aggressive. I think what their game plan is going to be is that getting Sauce Gardner is going to be eye-opening for them. They're going to be able to blitz more because the Colts like to run a lot of man coverage. They like to be very handsy and aggressive. Cam Bynum, shout out to him. That's one of my favorite safeties in the league. He's a turnover machine. He's good in coverage. Kenny Moore, he's great in coverage too. He's a great nickelback that could cover the slot receiver every single time. So if you put Sauce Gardner there, okay, we can send some guys out to pressure the quarterback. We can send some blitzes out. We can send some more aggressive play calls because I feel as though when the Colts play zone coverage, that's when completions start to happen, just like in that Steelers game.
Yeah, this is a pretty good defensive unit. I will say that.
Yeah, so I would have to go with the Colts won this trade. The Jets, if they don't capitalize, y'all did all this for nothing. And I hope y'all do. Because the last time the Jets had these picks, that was 2022. They got the people. They got Sauce. They got Quinn Williams. They got Aaron Rodgers. We thought this was going to be a Super Bowl contender team. Guess what? It didn't work out.
Jets have no eye for talent, man. I don't care.
Yeah, so
they got lucky with Sauce.
And then the last 8 to 10 years, who's been their quarterbacks that they drafted? Zach Wilson was supposed to be a top guy. Where is he at now? Sam Darnold was bad on the Jets. Now he's looking like a all-time talent right now on the Seahawks. So ownership got to get together.
Hirings.
What you say?
Adam Gase. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He was terrible.
You know somebody I like on the Colts?
Who?
That's been having a low-key breakout season that nobody's been talking about, and then we're going to get to the next segment. Their D lineman, that rookie that I told you about, Latu, he's been having a really good season this year.
Hey, man. He has been tough. I will say that.
Hey, Sauce Gardner, that's a great addition for the team. Now we just named some of these trades. Which team made the best trade? Or teams, it can be, you can choose multiple.
Which teams made the best trade?
Well, who won in the trade deadline?
I gotta say that Quinnen trade, like, they got Mozzie Smith out of there. They may have given up some picks, but it's whatever. They paired Quinnen Williams with Kenny Clark. Like, this D-line is going to be something serious now. Like, now this is not going to be a team that you can just run all over.
Yeah, because Quinnen Williams could stop that run game. D-line.
And then, like, even though this wasn't the same trade, like, getting Logan Wilson for that linebacking core, even though Logan Wilson was benched with the Bengals, I don't think he was bad at all. I just think the other linebacker was just better. He was just flat out better. But Logan Wilson's still a solid linebacker, and he has been for the last however many years. So I do think the Cowboys made the best trade in Quinnen Williams solely for getting the duo of Quinnen and Kenny Clark on the same D-line. It's going to be nasty.
Do I agree with you? Somewhat. Because the Cowboys needed more than just a D-line. Quentin Williams, though, is the terrific addition because, like I said, stop the run, stop the pass. He was having a good season on the Jets, and now you bring him over here to a Cowboys team that needs somebody like that. So that's good. Logan Wilson, that is a good pickup for them too. I just think the secondary, they just need a lot of work. I don't think this changes the Cowboys next year. I think this is kind of a rebuild for them on defense, and it may change the trajectory of their team for maybe next year, not this year. The secondary is just so bad, bro. It really is. You saw what Marvin Harrison did to them. The secondary is so bad.
You don't gotta tell me about Marv.
The secondary is so bad. I seen DaRon Bland. You saw that slant route where Marvin Harrison made DaRon Bland fall to the ground. Marvin Harrison had a breakout game against them. And it's not just Marvin Harrison. Luther Burden had a breakout game against them. Wan'Dale Robinson had a breakout game against them.
I was just about to say, Wan'Dale had a 150 that
150 on them. Malik Neighbors had a breakout game against them. And it's like, Rico Dowdle had a big game against them. So it's like, all of these people, all these receivers, all these running backs are just having a field day on the Cowboys. So do I think Quentin Williams helps them? For sure, 1,000%. But they need to fix that secondary up. Malik Hooker's hurt right now. Trayvon Diggs is hurt right now. DaRon Bland, we just saw what happened to him on Monday. Donovan Wilson is hurt. So, it's a good trade. It's a good trade, but I don't think it's the best one. I think the best one for me is Sauce Gardner, man. I think he amplifies their defense and takes it to another level because, like I said, they could be more aggressive. They could be more comfortable. So I think Sauce Gardner is that guy because if you think of, even if he's not the all-pro lockdown quarter that he is, he's still a good cornerback in football. So having him, Charvarius Ward, one side, and just having Zaire Franklin being able to help in that run game is going to mean a lot for the Colts. So I have to go with him. And Mo, an underrated one, I'm not saying that he's going to totally revamp your team, but I think Draymond Jones is going to do good, man. I think he is.
Man, I hope so. I hope so, but I don't know. I just need some pressure at the quarterback, man. I just need some pressure for the quarterback, man.
I think he'll do it.
I do think that Gilman trade we made, I think the Gilman trade we made was the best trade. Draymond Jones is going to be great, but getting Gilman and allowing Kyle Hamilton to play in the box now.
Oh, yeah, because he thrives in the box.
Swiss Army knife that he is. It's been amazing, man. Gilman has been amazing. He's even helped Malachi Starks become a little bit better. As we see, Malachi Starks
got that pick
the other game.
Yeah, against the Dolphins.
Gilman forced a turnover. Gilman makes tackles. Gilman's amazing, man. Shout out Alohi Gilman.
Yeah. That's where y'all are strong at. If Kyle Hamilton could play in the box and you could free up Malachi Starks and get him confident, get him comfortable. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You could see it on last Thursday that the defense looked way better because of that.
Yep.
But we forgot one big one, Mo. We forgot one huge trade, man. Jalen Phillips.
Oh, to the Eagles.
That's scary. Man. Now, that one...
The Eagles got Jair too.
They did.
But I don't know if Jair's going to be, you know what I'm saying, Jair, but I would not be shocked if this man Jair actually started hooping with them Eagles, bro. All it takes is someone with a little bit of hope, you know what I'm saying? You want the defending champions, they demand greatness. All of a sudden, you healthy and stuff. Like, come on, bro. And, you know, who knows? Jair is going to play because I think he's going to be better than Adoree Jackson. But
Adoree Jackson stinks. And I know firsthand. He stinks.
Don't give up on Adoree Jackson.
He stinks, bro.
Adoree Jackson fan.
That Eagles secondary is looking bad right now. The only one that's playing good is Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. And they're beat up too. They're hurt.
Okay. As is almost every team in the league.
Man, but Jalen Phillips, the reason why this move is so scary is because I don't think people know how good Jalen Phillips was because he played for the Miami Dolphins. Jalen Phillips is young. His IQ is smart. He's fast. He's one of the best pass rushers in the league. Like, I think at this point, Howie Roseman be cheating, Mo. I really do. He be cheating.
Hey, man. He be doing his job. That's all he's doing.
He be cheating. He's always getting some great talent. But just one example of Jalen Phillips, I was watching some film earlier today, and I'm like, yo, like, I knew Jalen Phillips was good, but I didn't know he was this good. I was looking at when they played the Panthers, and I looked at the film when they played the Browns. I watched him. So Rico Dowdle, right, was in the backfield. He was in shotgun, and then Jalen Phillips was outside of the tackle. He quickly recognized he was going around trying to get to the quarterback. He's trying to get to Bryce Young. He quickly recognized that Rico Dowdle was going to pick him up on his block. He faked going outside, used his left foot, pivoted, and juked the tackle out, went inside and got to Bryce Young. And there was multiple plays of him doing that. So I'm like, his IQ smart, so fast, so strong. Eagles, man, they're going to be scary with him.
His only thing is he's got to stay healthy.
He's got to stay healthy. He's got to stay healthy. Definitely got to stay healthy. But was there any other trade that you think may have been really beneficial to any other team?
I mean, Jacoby Myers to the Jaguars helps. With the Travis Hunter injury, they get an extra receiver over there. So they get Parker Washington, they got Brian Thomas Jr., and now they got Jacoby Myers.
Brian Thomas Jr. been real quiet this season, too.
He been quiet, but I know at some point, like, he's going to get it back. Like,
yeah.
He's Brian Thomas Jr. Come on now.
Now, Jacoby Myers is a great pickup, even with Travis Hunter when he comes back from injury. That receiver core is going to be great. But, like we always say, like, comment, subscribe, and give us that love on TikTok. Y'all been showing us so much love on TikTok. Get us to 3K by the end of the year. And I know y'all could do it. We're right there. Get us to 1K on Instagram. Get us to 1K on YouTube. We're right there on YouTube, too. Is there anything else you want to say to the people, Mo, before we log out of here?
Hey, tune in tonight. We got Darius Garland playing tonight.
Oh, you know my gosh.
Shout out them Cavs, man. Shout out the Ravens. We're about to make the playoffs. And as always, keep showing us love. We're going to bring this content to you. Promise. You know what I'm saying? Just get our socials to those goals. And that's it.
Last shout out from me before we log out. Shout out to my Sacramento Kings. I know y'all laughing. I know we are bad right now. We have only won 2 games. We're 2-5 right now. You talking about this guy? We're still gonna, we could get John Morant like I told you in that reel yesterday.
You're not getting.
We could get John Morant, man. We could get John Morant.
You got Russell Westbrook. You'll be all right.
So what's up, Russell Westbrook? Give me John Morant. We could get John Morant.
What do you mean?
We'll be
He just
good.
dropped 26.
I don't care that he dropped 26. That's against the Denver Nuggets, and that's cool. But he's not the future. Let's get John Morant. Let's get an actual power forward. DeMar DeRozan, I love him, but he's not a 4. Shout out to the Kings. Shout out to the Capitals. Shout out to my Giants. Let's rebuild for next year. This year,
as always,
hang it up.
It's so funny how it goes.
We got injuries. Our best receiver is hurt, bro. And we have multiple injuries on defense.
You love to see it, honestly.
We got injuries, just like how the Cavs got injuries.
Okay. I ain't making no excuses, though.
You was making excuses before we hopped on the camera.
Nah, I'm just saying.
Nah. You was making excuses.
We'll see who's playing in April, May and June, you know what I'm saying, and who's not. That's all that matters to me.
It don't matter if your team is getting bounced out. And then you claim injury. I'm claiming injury right now for my Giants. That's the reason why we're not in playoff contention right now.
We're going to make the finals. We're going to win the finals this year. We're going to show you how it's done.
Lucky, you better hope Halliburton don't come back, boy.
He's not coming back.
Better hope he don't come back.
We're not worried about that.
Better hope he don't come back.
We'll see. He's got to come see Garland. He's got to come see a healthy Garland. Yeah.
Better hope you don't see Halliburton. Shout out to Halliburton, man. But we out, though, man.
Yes, sir.